And thank you for your time and hope you're doing great, obviously. So yeah, thank you for having the opportunity, for giving me the opportunity to interview you today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Just to start off the questions, give us a brief interview of who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Austin Byers. I am a magician slash cardist. I live in Georgia in the United States.
Mhm.
I've been doing magic and cardistry for about 3, 4 years now.
Yeah,
Here lately, I've been doing more cardistry than magic, but I still love to do magic whenever I can.
yeah, man. When do you start into magic? You start first magic and then cardistry, or you
Yeah,
start
I start
first
magic.
cardistry?
I
Magic.
would, I find videos on YouTube, and I would learn a trick like every day and go show people at school.
Mm-hmm.
Started, I believe,
Yeah.
27. So starting into my sophomore year of high school,
Okay.
all that, and then I found cardistry about a year later, and so I got real heavy.
Really? Yeah, man. How was your process, to learning magic, and all the stuff? You know that most of the people have like this specific person that saw for first time and lead how that lead you to watching the other videos, and what was your process of on learning magic? How fast did you learn? How some techniques were if you were like make you hard to learn or easy to learn those techniques, what was your process in general of learning magic and all and getting involved in the community of magic?
My process for learning was mostly watching the trick over and over
Hmm.
and practicing it as much as I could until I got it down to where I was comfortable enough to show it to people.
Hmm.
And like for any specific techniques, I just practiced them over and over until I got it down. Like the second deal, I just kept practicing that over and over and
Okay. Yeah.
constantly improving on like my flaws with it.
Hmm. Yeah, man, I've seen before that, when we were talking in the OPC hangouts, that you will do some awesome sleight of hands techniques like the second deal, man. Talk to me, how did you were able to make that perfection, to make that second deal good and those other sleight of hands techniques that you do? How and what part you focus on making to make that technique very good? Especially the second deal, man. That is awesome, and the bottom deal, which is awesome, man.
So I don't know. I don't do the bottom deal, but I think that'll be the next thing I work on. But as far as like my second deal, I just made it look more natural.
Okay.
I would like minimize the time I would go like this. Like instead
Mm-hmm.
of going like full motion like this of just dealing a card, I would just like slow it down a bit and I make it look just as natural as if I were going from the top of the deck.
Yeah, man.
And then for like any other technique, like some other sleights, I just kept practicing them over and over. I'd
Mm-hmm.
watch different perspectives on different tutorials, like especially like for a double lift. There's like so many double lifts you can do. But
Yeah.
I kept practicing like one over and over until I got it right.
Okay. So, in terms of people that you watch, what is it like? Do you have any favorite magician that you have, or any, magician that, you said, I want to be, I want to learn his trick. I want to learn, his style of doing magic and all the stuff. Do you have like that type of favorite magician? Because I
Uh,
do. Yeah.
my favorite magicians would be Alex Pandrea, uh,
Oh, nice.
Chris Spade.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just those two. I really like how they perform stuff and like
Mhm.
their technique and stuff and how they practice and make sure they get things down. And like especially Xavier,
Mhm.
he will just perform anything after he's practiced it for probably a good while, like making sure everything looks just like it should.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Those are awesome performers, and I watch his videos, and they are really really awesome magicians, man. And
Mhm.
now let's talk about the cardistry. When you start doing cardistry, how was your process? In if it was a lot easier than doing magic, or it was a lot harder than doing magic? Talk to me about what was that journey, and how did you make that transition to cardistry?
Let's see. I think I started cardistry shortly after magic, so probably about a year after I'd been doing magic. I found some videos from like the verts
Yeah,
doing crazy stuff with cards, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try some of this out. And I think where I started was just learning simple stuff like little false cuts and stuff for magic. And like, of course, everybody knows the spring. I already knew how to do that.
yeah.
So that kind of segued my journey into cardistry.
Mhm.
And now I just do stuff like it's no big deal. It's all second nature now.
Mhm. So yeah, man, that's something that is most of the people that I've interviewed, they do first magic and then cardistry. I personally, I start doing magic and then doing cardistry. That is what's your opinion on that specific topic? You know, that people, most of the people that are in cardistry right now, most of them, especially the ones that been in the community about 4 to 5 years, they start doing magic and then make the transition into cardistry. What are your opinions on that type of transition? Or do you think that there's people, I know some people that they have just get into the community by learning cardistry, they don't do magic. What is your opinion about that?
I think like if people start out doing magic, it does give you a good knowledge of how to handle the cards.
Hmm.
Like whenever you're performing magic, you're gonna know how to handle them, like in a spread or anything
Yeah.
basic, kind of like a fan or something. So if you do magic first,
Hmm.
handling on how to handle your cards a lot better versus somebody that just like starts off in cardistry right away and they're like, okay, I don't know how to handle these just right yet.
Yeah.
So like that would personally be my opinion is like it's better if you do magic first because you know how to handle your cards a lot better than versus not
Yeah.
at all and just starting straight up from ground zero.
Yeah, I mean, you first when you're shuffling the cards, you need to know like the basics, how to do a spread, how to have a proper grip, and all those stuff. That is very important that you learn it on Magic. I think that Magic is sets the most of the techniques that are like holding the deck into a specific grip, like doing the spread very well. It sets more of it's a technique, that you master it and then make the transition into cardistry when you do the actual things of cardistry like the worm, like civil, chandelier cuts, and all the stuff. At least
Mhm.
that's my opinion. Why we should start doing magic first and then going making the transition into cardistry. So
Yeah.
yeah, talk to me about your experience on the OPC Hangouts. You and I we've been some OPC Hangouts together, and we've been having some awesome times, man. You always make us some really awesome tricks and show us some awesome cardistry move. What is your experience? I think that you're not on the same group that I am, right? On
No,
the
I'm in
avocado group.
leaks.
Oh, yeah, talk to me about your experience on that OPC Hangouts and what is your relationship with the other people that are in the Hangouts and yeah.
Yeah, I've loved every single minute of these OPC hangouts. Like the Chili Peppers, there are some great guys in there, and
Yeah.
some high profile people too. Like Sam, my group leader, he's pretty good. He made the Flux deck or the Viscid deck, I should say. Since he's now his
Hmm.
company's found playing cards instead of Flux. And
Yeah.
Ruth Gaikema or
Yeah.
RG Cardistry, she's in the group with me.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Great people to hang out with, talk cardistry with, and the leaks. I love that group as well, just as much as the Chili Peppers. Those are some great guys in there for Magic.
Oh, magic.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. To be honest, I always
and one of
I
these
always
and the magic side.
Yeah, I always have some really awesome experience on OPC Hangouts. So yeah, man. Talk to me now about, do you have any favorite cardists, and if you have any original move of cardistry?
Oh yeah, my favorite cardist would be Nate Lex and Shano. I love
Oh,
flow. Like whenever he does any kind of move, he has very great flow.
yeah.
Sean, he's just a beast. Like he does it perfect whenever he does. And he's also got that I don't specifically know what to call it, but he has very unique approach to certain moves, like a bunch of stunt moves as well. Like whenever he like flicks a card up like this,
Yeah.
picks it up with his foot and catches it. Very show offy type moves, and I just love every single video he puts out. And then I have a couple of original moves.
Yeah. If you can show us one, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah, let me just lower my tripod.
Sure.
Let's see. So I don't have a name for this one, but I have a tutorial on my YouTube for it.
Oh, nice. I like how you turn around that packet.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you turn around that packet. It's a really good motion. How do you came up with that? What was your creative process of doing that move?
Well, I had learned the Sybil cut like this,
Yeah.
and I was just playing around with that starter grip, the like this.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, this move looked totally different whenever I came up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the way I originally had done it was like this, where I just hang on,
Yeah.
do like this, and then I separate the hands and I go like this.
Oh, okay.
So it's totally different cut. So I just kept
Yeah.
it and then eventually came up with that.
Yeah. That is, the packets are more together. Yeah, you decide to put the packets more together.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's an awesome move. Um, how was your creative process on making all those moves? How much time you spend on it? Do you create it fast? Do you take, I don't know, probably a week? Because I know people that create the move on minutes, and other people that spend months on creating on one move. What is your, if you take that much time, or you just create it like this?
Um yeah, that one took me some time.
Yeah.
Probably like a good month or not maybe month. Over the years of me doing cardistry, like I was happy with it whenever I first came up with it. But then I kept going back at it and I was like, okay, I could probably make this look a lot better than it is. So
Yeah.
it takes time to like develop a move. But
Mm-hmm.
some things I can come up with on the spot and then I'll not remember how to do that. Like I was playing around with my cards a minute ago, interview started,
Mm-hmm.
and I came up with something, and I'm gonna keep playing around with that idea. But essentially, what it's gonna look like, it's gonna
Sure.
look like this. So
Oh, nice.
it's gonna look something like this, not entirely.
Yeah, I like the display that you make on it.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at it.
I started like in this little thing, and then going up here,
Okay.
packet will drop back down into this hand.
Mm-hmm.
Keep playing around with like this closer. Yeah, I'll just keep playing around with that until I come up with something that I like.
Those are awesome ideas, man. And it's good that you created that much. You said that you make those move on during your first year on cardistry, right?
Yeah, that one move was
That's amazing,
here.
because especially me, I've been doing cardistry for almost 5 to 6 years, but not doing full. I just doing it spontaneously. I just play with the cards a couple minutes a day. I've been doing that for 6 years, and I was able to create my first move when I was, I don't know, probably in my third year. So that's amazing, man. That's why I always say that every single person is different, and every single person has like his own unique path on this community. So yeah, my next question goes, this is more a personal question. How pandemic affect your routine? I know that you do some other stuff besides cardistry.
Mhm.
Those how pandemic affect your routine, because this COVID stuff affect everything,
Yeah,
affect us, and that's actually COVID is one of the reasons why I created this podcast. I need to find something to do, man,
yeah.
and so yeah, that's how it came out.
Let's see. It has affected me in a way, but not something that's major. Because the
Yeah.
job that I'm an essential worker,
Oh, okay.
I'm still working, still grinding out, making sure I got some money. And the only thing it's really done is just add more to like my daily routine. Like whenever I go to work, I gotta wear my mask all day.
Yeah.
Like grocery stores, they'll require masks, so I wear it in there.
Mhm.
And just not being able to like do as much as I used to. Like
Yeah.
like most of the restaurants are like carry out only. Like very
Hmm.
few are dine in. So that's one way that I've seen where it's not that great. Because like I love Chick-fil-A. I have not had it in a while, but I don't think they're doing dine in at all. And I don't want to
Yeah.
drive all the way to Fort O, which is like far out of my way, just to go get some Chick-fil-A and bring it back home to eat it, and it'll be cold whenever I get back.
Yeah, man. Yeah. COVID affected us in a lot of ways, man.
Hmm.
And that's something COVID we have to live with it. So talk to me about. I heard in your interview that you made with Caleb Smith in Cardistry Talk that you have a Bible study too, and I'm Christian too, and that's awesome. That you find a way to keep connected with with Bible and all this stuff, and
Hmm.
that's awesome. You came up with that. If you were the one who came up with that, and how you set everything to to manage to do that in terms on these times of COVID.
Yeah, it stemmed from one OPC hangout group we had with the Chili
Hmm.
Peppers. They were talking about like a good bit of the cardistry community is Christian, and like
Hmm.
they're surprised there hasn't been like a cardistry Bible study group. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna jump on that. So I started a Discord server. I haven't really been active in there, but
Yeah.
hopefully I can jump start that here soon and like get some people to like push it out there, show it off, and make sure like as much people can get in there as they as can get in, and if they want to.
Hmm.
My main focus of the whole thing is to just study the Bible and
Yeah.
hang out with other cardists that are also Christian. That's
Yeah,
like
man. And
my
the most important thing is obviously having a relationship with God,
mm,
because that's most. I think for me, that's the most important thing. You need to have a good relationship with God. You know,
yeah.
because now we're living some really hard times, and if you're not having a good relationship with God, man, what you gotta do? Times are getting harder and harder every single year, and that's awesome that you made that those those things that you do. That's awesome because it keeps people together and shows some sense of humanity. So yeah, man. My next question to finish: what is the next for Austin Byers? What is next for you? How you see yourself? I don't know, probably in 3 to 5 years.
That's a good question. I know here in the near future, I'm looking to make my own deck of cards.
Oh, nice.
I have a sketch that I've had for like a good while, but I
Mhm.
need to somehow get it onto a design template on the computer and work it out and make sure it looks just as good on a deck of cards as it would on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, I'm looking to get that done in the near future. Not anytime soon, right now, but like just in that near future. That's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Designing a deck of cards, it's really hard work, but at the end of the day, when you see the results, it's amazing, man. So yeah, I wish you my best of luck with that. So yeah, man, thanks for being in the podcast. It's always good to have a good talk with you. I'm gonna leave obviously Austin Byers' profile, and I'm gonna leave all his profiles that he does of his Bible studies. If you guys want to go and hang out with him, that's amazing. And obviously, I'm gonna leave Austin Byers' profile so that you can guys take a look at it. He posts some really awesome tricks and really awesome content. So yeah, man. Thanks for letting me make you this interview, and hope that this is not the first and the last time, man. So yeah, see you in the next episode.
All right. See you.